All right, welcome. Start of a new campaign. Very excited. Oh, we are here, starting in the world of Drakkenheim. We are running through the Dungeons of Drakkenheim, made by the Dungeon Dudes themselves, published through Ghostfire Gaming. And we are running through the main thing. So, spoilers if you have that type of campaign, or if you haven't seen the podcast, or I guess watched the podcast, I guess seen the broadcast on Twitch. But any of that, we are going to be going through such things. I don't believe any of our people really have listened to that stuff. So these people, if you are familiar, do not know the horrors that fully await them. So we will see as it goes. And some of you, if you do know some of these things, as you pick if you get some of the backgrounds they may have chosen, you might go, oh my. And we will see how all that turns and goes as we see exactly what comes from these crazy folks. But we will get going. If you're not familiar with this type of campaign, this is cosmic horror mixed with dark fantasy. So we will see how our characters change and are changed by this world. And they have access to many things, most of which can kill them. So we will see how that goes as well. But I think it's time to play. Remember, you can go ahead and give those sweet channel points, all the good that it will do them, into the chat. But with that, it's time to begin. Been a long 2 weeks upon the road. The countryside has turned dreary and desaturated. You pass many abandoned villages with dilapidated homes, crumbling farmsteads, with sallow, empty fields and forests of dead trees. Thorny brambles and harsh scrub grass are all that grow along the mud-slick road. Drizzling rain fills most days, and the wind howls at night. Aside from the creaking wagon wheels, you only hear the cawing of crows. Your employer Aaron Marlowe sits atop a large covered wagon pulled by 2 draft horses. It's packed with common provisions and trade goods, flour, salt, dried fruits, preserved meats, several jars of sauerkraut, a few casks of mead, a case of cheap wine, and a barrel of fresh water, as well as some other things that he has hidden away from your sight entirely. All these he has told you he's bringing as he runs a wagon kind of stall in a place called Emberwood Village, 2 hours outside the former capital city of Westermar, known as Drakkenheim. The city was the jewel of Westermar before 15 years ago, when a meteor of violets mixed with orange color plummeted down, sending it to ruin, scattering, ending the lives of the majority of the population, many running away. This color that was the meteor has come to be known as octarine. It dazzles and shifts and changes. It's quite distinct. Some even refer to it as the color of magic. And so, all for your own reasons, you agreed to escort Aaron on his journey to Emberwood Village to make some riches. Now, he's agreed to pay you each 25 gold. This is a little much for such a job, but his former crew had left him in a lurch. Of course, 4 of you have traveled from where he resupplied. 2 of you have only joined him this last day, helping to make the final journey. For the dangers for the last 2 weeks were mostly wild animals. But the wilds of animals are the last thing you really need to worry about once you get this close to the city. We find you each walking now. Aaron has told you that Emberwood Village relies on outside supplies entirely. All around, even though the ground isn't as corrupted as the city, nothing grows, and all the water is poisonous. This land is dead, and this land kills. For some of you, he's even offered to introduce you to some business partners, specifically a man by the name of Amin Gainsbury, who runs a supply company that outfits adventurers and even helps them out so they don't die within the first hour. of their treks into the ruins. Now, as we go along, I'd like to go, and you each can share what specifically brought you to this. You can do a scene. We can kind of go where you talk to Aaron in a shop or something on the street in the city where you found you. Anything along those lines. So we can just get a quick introduction and a description of your characters. Whoever would like to go first.
Oriumo.
Yes.
I heard that somebody's looking for people to escort him back to, was it Emberwood?
Emberwood.
Yeah. Emberwood.
Oh, headed back there, eh? Well, I suppose I need to head that way anyway.
Right.
I have some
And-
creeds to read for Countess Ursula von Sundau. So,
We might as well make some money on the way back.
yeah, sounds like an opportunity to me.
I think his name is Aaron Marlowe.
Aaron Marlowe, never heard of him.
I
Trader, I assume.
Yeah, I think he runs a small stall here. And he wants to travel to Emberwood Village to sell his wares. And he needs someone to escort him.
All right, well, perhaps we can smooth his passage some and make ourselves useful.
Yes. Whoops. So, I don't know who else is around, or
There's at least be a few others who might have found in the office of Aaron. As you guys notice, he seems to already be talking about people, or two people. As he goes, right, could be messed up, but I tell you what, Drakkenheim is lost, but Emberwood, that is a place you can make a lot of money. Get water basically for free here and sell it at a premium. It's a good business, but it costs, which is why you are finding employment. So I think here, Leo and Charlie, you might be here. What series of events have made you find your way into Aaron's office?
Well, I mean, I've been traveling a very long time to get back to Drakkenheim, and the last people that told me that they'd get me all the way there went and canceled on me. As you look at Leo is in chainmail. He has a shield strapped across his back. Very clean, slightly too clean on everything, and his sword and everything, you can tell they look fancy, but not overly fancy. But you can definitely tell they haven't seen hard use of war or anything like that.
Or Harley would just be kind of muttering to herself, the last time I go out to drinking with Marlin, getting suspended for 2 weeks without pay is exhausting. But this this will get me through. She's rather short in stature. She's maybe 4'6", strawberry blonde hair framing her face, and she looks very athletic. And she's just kind of listening to Aaron and just nodding, and yeah, we'll get you there.
Right. The four of you gather. All right. It's your 2-2. Great. We got 4, and got word from a contact that we're meeting 2 on the way. I understand they're quite reputable. Any questions before we head out?
As you're suggesting food is scarce, perhaps be worth us stocking up on some food ahead of time?
Oh, yep, I have enough for me and what I'm selling, but right, if you want to get extra rations, that would be bad. It's a premium price in Emberwood. Tell you that. And I mostly sell to the village, but I'll be there about 2 weeks usually to get rid of my stock before I head back. And then there's always always people ready to leave with less than they came with, and in people and limbs mostly.
Well, I've seen some of the horrors of Drakkenheim, and, well, I can understand why.
Then we cut back to walking here. Now, Dante, Tristan, the 2 of you think back to where you were meeting a few days ago to meet this caravan of people who are going to be your sword mates for the time being. Well, describe your characters and give us a flavor of the conversation you might have had on your way here.
Sorry, I haven't been able to, find something closer, but I figured this would be easy money.
It's okay. It's good money. We can always use the money. And we know around here, so that's good.
Yeah. So, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Are you planning on going into Drakkenheim?
If we find a job that pays, or sometimes I like to go back and see it,
All right.
despite the dangers, of course.
I was just wondering. I think yeah. How you been?
And I think as he says, despite the dangers, he rubs his hand kind of across his face, where he's got almost like a three clawed shaped scar that runs deep into his face. And he's got his wild mane of black hair, and sort of in the dark clothes that he wears with his hood drawn up, people would think that that's probably somebody that you don't want to talk to, or somebody you really want to avoid. But as he's talking to Tristan, his voice is friendly and he seems kind of young. I mean, I've been doing all right. How are you doing?
I've been okay. Tristan appears to be a tall fellow, plain face. He doesn't have any features that draw to him. He does have green eyes and a really, really dark brown hair. And he seems like it's just he seems a bit off-put, not really comfortable in conversation. So even with this, it's difficult, but he's been around Dante enough to where, like, okay, yeah, I can make simple sentences with him, and I feel like he's very socially awkward. And he'll say, I've been all right, been managing. I went back in and I couldn't find them yet.
Yeah, I can understand that. There are a lot of them. And sometimes it's hard to tell who's who.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go and I look for Oliver. I usually start, well, in the place where he was last seen.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'll see if I find a mission to get back in there.
Yeah.
That all of you would have met up and continued. In the last few days on the road, what do you think one kind of conversation might have been as you were getting to know each other and figuring out what to do in case of an attack or anything like that?
So Silent Cloud, was it?
Yeah, and what you see, she's got a hood up, but she's wearing mainly white. And what you can see of her is mainly white. She has a little smattering of like a light gray on her face. And her face looks feline. And she has paws and claws. Yes, what can I do for you?
I'm sorry, I've never. So, are you from around here?
Well, my family moved to Drakkenheim when I was little. So
Oh.
I guess kind of, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You?
Okay. Yeah, I lived there, and then the whole event happened, and
Yeah.
yeah, it just. Did your parents make it out?
No.
No. I'm sorry.
Yours?
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's good to meet you. Sorry we were late.
No, you're not late. You were right on time when you were supposed to be.
They're only getting paid half of what we are, right?
Oh. Of course not. That's how to start a fight. They came here. This is the most dangerous part. They had to walk with just the two of them. They get full. Everyone gets same.
Thank you so much. I
Have you
appreciate.
been in these parts before?
you asking Aaron something?
Charlotte,
I'm sorry, you cut out there for a minute.
have you been to these parts before?
Once or twice. My name's Charlotte.
Oh, nice to meet you, Charlotte. I'm Dante.
Let's make your acquaintance.
I mean, because really there are a lot more dangers this close to Drakkenheim than there are from wherever you were coming from. So I know it may seem unfair because we're spending less time, but really it is the more dangerous part. And my friend and I are very, very skilled with this area, and we know a lot of things about it. We've survived here for, well, since I was 10, I've been here. And if you know anything about this place,
here?
that's a really long time to survive.
You were here?
But yeah.
We both were.
I'm glad you guys made it safe to us.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad too.
Thank you.
Glad to have you on board.
Thanks.
Well, walking in these conversations quickly from a ditch in the side of the road, you see a horse leap out with a man on top. It rears up. Aaron quickly reacts and halts the wagon. The man has a crossbow drawn. And from around, you see 6 individuals come from behind and your side, hiding as they were in the mud. Man on the horse speaks. Oi, oi! Hold there, friends. You're traveling on a royal road, eh? In these troubled times, it falls to loyal servants like ourselves to keep these highways free of reprobates and outlaws. I'm afraid we'll need to collect a little fee to ensure your safe passage to the capital, right?
What makes these roads so royal?
Yeah,
Leo steps forward.
we're protected by the Queen, aren't they? So,
I
let's
heard the
see.
queen was gone.
Long live the Queen and her men, is what I like to say. Now, I'll take the horses. Any booze you have, gotta keep a whistle wet. We'll each need a pound of food. And 25 gold from each of you. With that, well, your safety's just about assured.
I can always give you a counter offer.
What's that then?
You keep your lives and give me your horse and the gold you've taken from others, and you might just live.
Well. Give me an intimidation check.
All right. Oh, I am surprisingly good at those. I get +5. All right. Where'd those stupid dice go? Oh, and I knocked them off. That's fun. D20. There. Alright, 17 plus 5 is a 22.
Well, you hear all the triggers on the crossbows get a little tighter. They level them. Let's say you want nothing to give. We want something to give. Why don't we meet in the middle? We'll take half the booze, a horse, a little less food. Just charge about 15 gold a piece. And with that, your safety. Come on, simply a little fee, little toll.
I will say, so they're behind us now, right?
Yeah, they're surrounding you.
Okay. I will say maybe I can get so maybe I can give at least Dante maybe a little hiding spot. So I will say, yeah, you're right. I will look over at Leo and give him a nod, and then I will look at Dante and say, how about you head onto the back and like get that started for them?
Okay. I can
Alright.
do that.
It's gonna come out of your pie, says Aaron.
So as soon as Dante's out of sight,
So they're all around the wagon?
I thought they were only on one side.
No, they're surrounding the wagon.
Oh.
So
I
how
think what I would
far?
do then.
Wait, how far away from me is the leader?
Oh. Okay.
Right now, they're about 15 feet.
Got it. So then I won't do that yet. Go ahead, Julie. You first. I didn't realize.
There's a total of 7 of them. 1 on a horse and 6 around. So in front of the 6 around.
Okay, well, I don't know if this will work, but what I would like to do, Matt, if possible, is use my feline agility to get to the guy on the horse, or kind of behind the guy on the horse, and whack the horse on the rear using just the tips of my claws to freak the horse out, to try to scare it away with him on it.
Okay. I'd say you run up and do an animal handling check.
Oh, okay. Roll high. Seven.
Okay. Roll for initiative.
Well, Oriuma rolls better than Lothorn did.
I got 7.
Okay. At this, as you do that, the horse rears for a moment. He whistles and points. And how do you say your character's name again, Devin?
Oriumo.
Ariomo.
Oreo.
So, with that, Silent Cloud, you can have the first turn.
Okay. Since I'm standing right here with this guy, I'm gonna attempt to do something crazy. I'm going to attempt to jump on the back of the horse and grapple the guy.
Okay. Easy enough. You can. Well, yeah, you can on the horse. Go ahead and roll your athletics.
Yes, 22.
22. He was just like, oh, and you grab him. He's riding the horse. Anything else?
Well, that's my action, so I don't know if I can do anything else at this point.
One time I actually just do the dude on a horse instead of adding a guy to school.
All right.
Here's me trying not to break the Delaney mini, even though it doesn't matter if I break it anymore.
Okay. Strafing to a position, one that's farther away from Oriomo. That is Devin's character, so. Levels their crossbow and fires. It goes through, hits you right in the neck. Straight as blood spurts out for 4 piercing damage. Oriomo, it's your turn.
In reaction to that is, fuck, that hurt. And then he's going to brain. I had this all planned out and now my brain has lost it all. So he's going to turn to, I guess, the leader and just say, "You dare to assault a crier of Countess Ursula von Sindau," and flings back his cloak and starts banging on a drum. And I'm going to cast Bane.
Okay.
I need charisma saving throws from the leader, and then 2 other crossbow guys.
Oof. 2 crossbow guys get a natty 1. And the leader gets an 8.
That fails. He needed a 15.
All right, so they're all Bane, 3 of
So
them.
they're all Bane, so they roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from their attack roll or saving throw. And then he's going to duck back into the cart for some cover, if that's a possibility.
Okay, so kind of in the back there.
My boards are always interactive. How dare you?
All
The
right.
cart will not open, I admit that. But yeah, you can be inside it.
Okay, so you got 25 feet.
That one doesn't actually open.
All right, Tristan.
Oh boy. I am going to. I'm going to stick with Charlie here, and I'm going to hit the one in front of me with my quarterstaff. $19 to hit.
Yeah, right across their face, hitting their temple.
All right. That's 3 damage.
Got it.
And then Ariyumo, are you still down? Like you still down in HP?
Yeah.
All right. Can I see him? I'll healing word him.
Can't see him, but you don't need to with healing word.
Oh, got it. So I'll use healing word. And then you get back 4 damage. I mean 4
Right.
4 HP.
That's exactly what I needed.
There you go. All right, and then I'll end my turn.
Okay. Very good. The one you're next to that you just hit, kind of it's down their crossbow and it picks up a mace out and will attack. Let's do the D4 first. So they were -1 from these 2 attacks. First is a 19.
Hits.
All right, so it makes right in your rib cage for 7 bludgeoning damage.
Jesus.
And then second for a 16.
Hits.
All right, and this one right across your jaw for 3.
Puts me immediately down.
Right. Next, the one right there comes over to Tristan and places their mace right above their head. All right, good show. Good try, everyone. If you don't want this skull to be a pancake, why don't you unload the gold and the things we talked about originally, eh? And we'll hold their action. The next one will go up and join him with their mace over Tristan's skull. That's right. Be smart. Be frugal. Come on. Nothing's that worth a life, is it? It's just taxes after all, am I right? Leo.
Sad face. I'm sorry, just playing the character. He'll walk up to one of the ones holding the mace and try and lop off their head.
I'm going to pause here.
Yep.
Because they have held actions.
Yeah.
Leo here has no doubt they are going to kill Tristan.
Well,
I'm telling you right now, they're going to roll
Yeah.
with advantage.
no, I get it.
If they each get a hit, he is dead. So I get you're playing the character. I just want you to think about that character for a moment.
Yeah.
And
Well,
think if they're really going to let. I mean, dude, you don't see a visible way because their reaction will happen before your attack.
well, I guess he will go ahead and unload something from the wagon.
Okay. Huh. The main guy will cause the horse to get a little closer. Look back to Silent. I'll call you now, the love. You don't want your friend there to be dead. Just, guess what we need? We're out of your hair, and you can continue to go die in the ruins. Aye?
I still have him grappled, right?
You do. He was able to have
Okay.
the horse move, though.
That's fine, because now I'm putting a claw to his neck right over his jugular.
Well, not quite yet, but yeah.
But that's what I would do.
Okay. Right. So seeing kind of this, as this is happening, one hasn't gone yet is going to move and aim their crossbow at Silent Cloud. Dante.
You're right. In the grand scheme of things, these are all just things. So I think we should just give them what they're asking for. Although I don't have 25 gold. We haven't been paid yet. However, I do strongly recommend you report back everything that you got to the queen, because I will. And being a sort of friend of hers, in a way, you see, my brother saved her life, so I would just definitely make sure that you report everything you steal, because I will, and you will properly tithe the queen.
Give me an intimidation check.
+0. Okay. I'm gonna use an inspiration from chat, so that art department doesn't yell at me.
Good boy.
Natty 20. For a total of 20.
All right. I think this responds. Right. Let's go back down to about 10 gold apiece. Or the like. We can just all go forward like it didn't happen, huh? Then one more will train and hold upon Silent Cloud.
I mean, okay, that's reasonable negotiation. Mr. Aaron, can you pay them, since you haven't paid us yet? So 10 gold. However, what's your name, sir? Over there, riding the horse.
Looks like you. Well, my name is Bogdan.
Oh, excellent. Bogdan, I truly do hope that you represent the queen, because it would be very, very bad for you to be in her territory, stealing from her, and not representing her. That would be terribly bad for you. You might find yourself in the ruins of Drakkenheim, being
Right.
left for the creatures there.
And Charlotte. You're muted if you're talking.
I'm not. I'm thinking.
Okay.
This is a very bad situation. You can see Charlotte just close her eyes, and you see how she's squinting in just fury. And gonna bonus action rage and hold a. Because if by bonus action I can still hold my action, correct?
Yeah.
All right. She's gonna bonus action rage, and she's gonna hold her action to attack if this goes sideways.
Okay. Fair enough. In that case, I'm assuming Jeff's characters here. Aaron ponies up 80, or Aaron rather, ponies up 80 gold, tosses it over, kind of chucks their head to tell Silent to get off. Silent, your turn. You're muted.
Yeah, okay. So Aaron is telling me to get down.
He's given gold and he just kind of nodded his head. Or
I'm sorry, I really don't want this fight to get out of hand, but I feel like I'm in a position where I could still be helpful. Because I've got the guy grappled, and I can put a claw to his throat, dig it in just a little to his jugular, and say, is your life really worth the 80 gold? Or this and being reported to the queen? I suggest you listen to my friend and just leave with your life.
Okay.
And I've dug my claw in right into his jugular so that if he jerks or I jerk, I'm opening his throat.
give me an intimidation check.
$17.
Looking Aaron. Just give me half that. Aaron kind of goes, here's 20. Or maybe you want to have 2 places to breathe. There's 3. And goes, takes it. Right, gents. Let's be off. And if you don't stop them, is everyone good with them leaving at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep my claw right where it is until I see that they have actually left.
Yeah, they're doing so.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. 20 gold off. Tristan, give me a death save.
Oriuma will cast Healing Word.
Okay, I think you do go right before that. Yeah, so you can do that.
It was 13 anyway, so.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 HP.
And as they go, and it goes, well, it's a bit sloppy, but you know, 20 is better than 200. Good job, honestly. That could have been a lot worse.
Am I the only one that wants to follow them?
Yes. Let's just get this done.
We'll see them in the city.
Dante will make his way over to help Tristan up.
Thanks. Oh, we should have just paid him.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
But then we do all this work and not get any money for it. Where now we still keep a lot of our money.
My friend, when we reach Drakkenheim, you will find that there are things that are more important than money. Like, living is a very important thing.
Yeah.
And if you survive a terrible thing, you find that thing is surviving is important. More important than the thing. My father died trying to hide valuables. He was killed by a big fucking rock. And trying to hide those valuables didn't do him a lick of good, did it? No. Splat all over the place. Big fucking rock from the sky. Gold didn't do shit for him.
Can't take it
Anyway,
with you when you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's still there. If you want to try and find more gold, I'm sure it's still there. Maybe, I don't know.
I go over and check on Oriyumo. Oriyumo, are you okay?
Well, I've been better, but he patched me up right good with his spell work.
You did too. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I suggest we keep a better eye out in the future before we get jumped again.
I go over to Charlotte and carefully put my arm around her shoulder and say, "Are you all right, sweetie?"
I wasn't even in the fray. What do you mean?
You looked like you were a little angry there. I just wanted to make sure that you were okay.
I'll be fine. Sometimes anger just needs a release.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
That was quite impressive, what you did. And brave.
Oh, well, living in Drakkenheim or around Drakkenheim, you have to kind of do sometimes crazy things in order to get an advantage.
So you're not only adept, but a keen mind?
When I want to be.
Do me a favor, call me Charlie. My friends did.
It's nice to meet you, Charlie. I'm not really sure if there's a shorter name for me. You could call me SC. Or if you can think of something else. But it's very nice to meet you, and I'm glad to have you here.
Do you really think they were with the Queen's Men?
No, I don't think they were. Because if they were, they probably wouldn't have been as frightened as easily.
Nope. I'm pretty sure if they were the Queen's Men, we would be dead right now. Or a lot less rich. Or rich. We're not really rich. But we'd have less gold and there would be no supplies. But I'm sure, maybe they could have been, but I don't. Yeah.
Well, I suggest that we be on our way so that more things like this don't happen. staying put puts us in more danger.
I agree.
All right. You continue upon your way. A few more nights go by, so you may have your long rest. You can just see the octarine coloration on the horizon tonight. Aaron speaks. Well, should arrive tomorrow sometime, probably a little bit before noon. And he takes out what look like juicy and succulent pieces of dried meat. Also saved these. At a last day feast. Not too much, but better than all that dried fruit, eh?
Yep. It'll definitely be nice to have a change.
Good. As you're around this fire, yep, go ahead.
Appreciate you, stepping in there too to help us out. That little threat at the end. Appreciate that.
It did good work, and didn't want to give away all your pay. Hi. What's everybody doing, you think, at this campsite as you sit around the fire eating, drinking for the last night?
I think Charlotte would just be kind of sitting away from the campfire with a whetstone, just sharpening her axes.
I think Tristan would just be walking around at the moment, just making a perimeter, keeping an eye out. And then ever so often just come back to check on the group and stuff.
Give me a perception check, Tristan. What do you get?
10.
About 10 feet from all of you, Tristan, you finally spot 4 figures. 2 lead the way. And they are kind of leading almost by shoulders 2 others that have like traveler's cloaks over them. They come into the firelight. You're the first to see it, Tristan.
I call out eyes up and draw attention to the figures. Is there anything we can help you with?
Yes, very much. Ava, we are returning on our way back from the ruins, and we hoping to share your fire before tomorrow. I am Ludwig. This person next to him is Andra, and these two, which the figures behind him, are Ricard and Raisha.
Can I insight check him?
Sure.
I'm gonna do that too.
7.
19.
What's something
Is
you want to
he-
know from your insight?
So, if I feel any malice or dark intent from him, or any like deception about, mainly any.
So
I'm just
what's your
looking for malice.
question? Yeah, malice.
If there's any malice behind his words or dark intent behind his words.
There's nothing dark or malicious
Okay.
behind what it seems like he's trying to do.
Okay. I suppose that can be fine.
We don't recognize them, do we? They didn't look like any of the bandits.
They don't. Looking very closely, you see the one who identifies himself as Ludwig. You see he has a rapier by his side. And Anja is a spear. They both look more the part of adventurers than thieves.
Goriuma will step up and I know like the likes of you. Let's see what's under those cloaks.
Ludwig stops. He goes, please, there's no need.
Then there's no need for you to share our fire.
It's very well. He looks at Anja, and they actually give me a persuasion check.
Oh god, I rolled like crap. That's a 10. With a +7.
10. It's actually good enough here. He pulls down the hoods. And you see her skin is tight against their face. They look withdrawn a little bit. Their mouths closed. Almost listless, just kind of looking around, given a nearly drunk appearance. Satisfied?
Sure, Bess. I'll ask them. You said you're coming from the ruins?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Oh. Did you run into a bunch of creatures?
Indeed.
Oh.
There was 12 of us. We're all that's left.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's very, very terrible news.
May we sit?
I mean, it's okay with me. Aaron's our employer, so maybe he should have a vote.
Aaron kind of looks all over you and goes, basically, if his security team. And goes, if you all think it's safe, travelers may join the fire.
Okay, but it's very important you know that at the first sign that you pose a danger to Aaron or any of us, we will have to attack you. It's just sort of part of the gig.
I'd expect no less. We have no ill intention. Khan puts the hoods up back over his friends. Come on, Nana. Andra, get their card.
Matt, the friends who are listless and drawn, do they trigger like something that's recognizable with myself and Tristan or anybody who's from?
You definitely see that there are levels of corruption, and you would say they carry a slight mutation to them.
Oh.
It's as if like they're getting eaten on from the inside out.
And so Dante will just sort of give Tristan a look like, that's not good. So are you headed back to Firebrand Village? Or town? What is it? Town? I think it's town.
Emberwood.
Emberwood Village?
Yeah, that's the place.
No, we
I just lived there.
are really leaving there actually. Well, we've didn't go back, but there's no need. We're just trying to get back to Trisvale actually. That's all we would need to do. We're done. I was here to find the deed to my ancestral home. I was kicked out. I was a noble one time, but all my evidence is in the ruins. I was hoping to find it, but well, we found the death. I'll tell you this though: don't go to Slaughterhouse Square.
And I have a word of advice for you. If you want to live through the night, I don't think they will be friendly come morning.
Why? They've been fine.
I've seen
Just that they're out of it.
I've seen transformations like that before. You notice as he says that, he fingers a locket around his neck.
Bless you.
It's your life, so.
Sorry.
Bless you again.
Well, if it makes you feel better, we'll stay with them for the night. We have to try to get them back to their families. Hey, survived the Civil War. Would hate to think that they got killed by their capital city.
I don't know that I'd call it a capital anymore.
Pull that those two, like the old days, it never, like that city could be reclaimed.
Who did they fight for?
Yes, that, and they said the same as everybody, the losers.
And we all thought we were fighting for the winners.
I assume you're in it too. That's how they talked. I was watched, I guess. My family kept me away from it. But not everyone was so lucky, I guess.
So what happened in this war?
Well, after the fall of Drakkenheim, all the noble families had a claim to be the leaders, but no evidence of the royal family being killed. And the no one would recognize. The Von Kessels made a claim, and the Von Musens, the Derlins, and well, I think every noble person soon. And it was every house against every house. It at first was squabbling, but one of the first strikes was the assassination of the entire Von Kessel line that was left that was not in the city. So, with that, no clear line. It was every small army for themselves. And many who joined just so that their villages wouldn't be burned by the nobles that they served.
Wow. Must have really been bad to be a Von Castle.
Part of your family incinerated by a meteor, the other. They say his head was on a pike for days.
Sounds like it was worse to be a peasant under a noble.
But my family was not. I never known the noble life myself, so not in the way you think. Anyway,
Oh. So, what's your noble house?
the Von Graf.
Oh. So, one day, when the terrible, horrible things that are currently kept in Drakkenheim are spread across your home because you're taking these two with you, we'll know who in history we should record as the reason it happened.
You mean they're out of the city? They're not going to get any worse. Why would they get worse?
Because they do get worse. You should have gone to the town where they can help clear people of this. It is only going to potentially get worse.
I had no gold, or I would have.
Oh. Yes. Unfortunately, that is a very important part of getting this cleansed because, gold's really important. And he'll look over at Leo.
Yes, it is. See? At least now you can agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Completely missing all the sarcasm whatsoever.
If you're having sarcasm, I could potentially sense it, but
I would say, and Aaron kind of whispers, I don't know to you, but someone nearby, I'd be moved, but I don't even have this much gold as is needed to do something like that.
Well, I guess you're making a choice. We all have to make those.
Good luck to you, I guess.
Can we sleep in your camp? Is it safe?
It's safe from us. Again, like I said, unless you do or anyone in your party does something to harm us, then it's
Well,
not.
Aaron asks because he goes, "Is it safe for them to stay?"
Do me a favor and bind them. Let's bind them, and then I will be okay with you guys staying here.
Fine. As Ludwig von Graf goes, and they're tie them up if that's what they need. We need warmth. We need some type of rest.
I'll take first watch.
Charlotte would lean into Aaron and just say, I'll keep watch. I'll keep watch over you until daylight."
All right. Then who is into sleep as Aaron goes into the wagon to sleep.
I mean, Tristan said he was going to take first watch, so Mariama would volunteer for second watch.
Silent Cloud would do third.
From hearing all this, Leo will stay up all night through all 3 watches to help them out.
All right. As they kind of go, they go, "Thank you." They were fine, and then there's these weird crystals on the ground that they picked up. As soon as they did, this began to happen to them. So
Purpley
strange.
crystals?
Insight check
Insight.
to see if he's telling the truth.
Yep.
18.
Yeah, seems to be telling the truth.
Okay, all right.
Yes, purple ones. They're everywhere, and I thought maybe we could get some gold for them, but the price was not worth it, obviously. I'll tell you this, if you don't know. Don't go over the walls. You might be tempted. The gates are all type of messed up. So,
Do they have gloves on?
no. So they make camp. Who had second watch?
Oriamo did.
And Leo.
And Charlotte.
And sure. As the night goes, you hear the cracking of rope very quickly, and a scream.
So if the scream didn't wake everybody up, Oriamo was banging on his drum to wake everybody up.
Yeah. You wake up and you see as you move 2 who were covered. Now, having broken loose, you see have long tentacles for their arms. Their maws open. Each one's tentacles wrapped around Ludwig's neck that looks like it has been spun around several times. It is now limp. As Edra screams. For initiative.
Dun dun. Hold up, I gotta go kill Ludwig. That's what you get, Ludwig, you idiot. There you go. Don't look, Steve.
With that,
Look at your pretty little tentacles.
Dante.
Well, Edwin, I agree he made the wrong decision, but that's not a nice thing to say. And Dante will throw a knife at one of the tentacle guys. The one closest to me on the screen.
That'd be blue, Matt.
Okay.
That's a 20.
All right. Yeah, your dagger hits it right in the chest.
For 8 points of damage.
Nice. It's in the chest, and this octarine like fluid drips out just a bit.
Try not to get hit by them or bitten by them, or yeah. Good luck.
Perfect. Leo.
All right. Leo will run up to the one that he's closest to, which looks like camera right, and then swing his sword at it.
Got it.
Better swing.
That is an 18 to hit.
Yeah. Sword, or yeah, your sword right into its side.
All right, and then that will be for 8 points of slashing damage.
All right. Begins pooling bloodied from the blow.
And that's all.
Tristan.
All right, so I say crap, and then I'll pick up 3 pebbles, and as a bonus action, cast Magic Stone, and
All right.
then fling it at the one that Dante hit.
Got it.
Same blue.
That's a 10 to hit.
This tentacle rears up and knocks the stone.
Oh, it is swing better swing.
All right.
Oh,
And
I'm
then
tired.
with that, I'm going to stay right there and end my turn.
All right. Oriumo.
So Oriumo will look at the one holding Ludwig, or standing over Ludwig's body, whatever is going on there, and just say, my heart aches for what you've become, for the pain you've endured and the lives that have been lost. Your transformation, though horrific, speaks of tragedy. And he will cast Vicious Mockery. It's a DC 15 Wisdom.
I didn't know Cabbage Man had a son that was in Drakkenheim.
Okay. That's a 6.
So that's a fail. And that is 4 psychic damage. And it has disadvantage on the next attack roll before the end of its next turn.
Good. Silent.
And then Bardic Inspiration, Silent.
Okay. As soon as I heard Oriumo banging on his drum, I would have sprung up and drawn my longbow. And I'm going to shoot at the one that was over Ludwig.
Okay.
For a dirty 20.
That hits.
And I would like to also, since I'm hitting it, make it my favorite foe. So that's 11 plus 4, so 15 points of damage.
Nice. Right in the chest, and it goes deep, comes out the other end. Blood begins pouring out of the corrupted body. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
One next to Leo. The tentacle comes up, trying to wrap around your neck. You're able to hold up your staff and push, or sorry, sword, and push off. And this next one, well, Walking up, who can he get to?
Which one? The
Green one.
Does he want to go to his friend, or does he want to go to the party?
The party, I think.
I don't know names yet. He's going towards Devin. Look, I don't know names until I paint the minis.
Oriomo, here we go.
Oh! Devin is Oreo.
All right. So Oriomo, yeah, that's definitely the tentacle wraps around your face and begins to constrict for 7 bludgeoning damage.
He didn't like that you insulted him.
So it goes in, I think, and as you watch, as there's this sound, it's almost like it's squeezing this watermelon, and you see from Oriomo's eyes and ears, like blood just kind of spurts out as his nose is broken. Goes from 11 to 4. Charlotte.
Bonus action. Again, she closes her eyes and just hear her hold back a guttural scream in her own throat as she grabs her great axe, and seeing that she's hurting one of the other members, she's gonna go after the what is it, the purple guy?
Got purple tentacles, so sure, we'll call him a purple guy.
The purple tentacle guy.
Yep.
For
I'll flank you guys. Just because I'm.
nat 20.
That hits. Yes. This comes in right into the back of the skull.
Plus 2 melee damage. Okay, so it is. That can't. Those are it. It'll. So does the +2 by rage also get doubled, Matt?
No.
No. Okay, so a total of 19.
All right.
Slashing.
How do you want to kill it?
Leave the tentacle on his face. Leave the tentacle on his face.
For flavor, she's gonna kind of cut the tentacles to alleviate the pressure off of Uriumo, and then just kind of do an upward slash, cutting him in 2.
Nice. Splits and falls. Anything else?
She'll just yell out to Aaron, stay inside, as she ends her turn.
Dante.
So who's the blue one got?
Nobody.
Just going against Leo. But doesn't
Oh, okay.
have anybody.
No,
Okay.
I just got kind of punched or stabbed in the back by Leo.
Yeah.
Dante is going to move up there.
I'll let you flank. I like you boys today.
Thanks. Is going to attack with a short sword. For a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Stab right in the abdomen.
And I have an ally within 5 feet. And I'm flanking.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a 10 on the regular damage. And then another one for sneak attack. Then is going to offhand attack with a dagger.
Nice.
Is it
For
the same
bonus
one he
action.
left in his chest?
And stab in the chest.
Is it the same one that's already in there?
Different one, technically.
No, I
Yeah, it's a
think
different
totally
one.
Same one. Just heavy stabby.
That's a 25 to hit.
Nice. Take it right
Or
in.
2 more points of damage.
Perfect. Then Leo.
All right. Seeing his chance with this thing distracted is going to try and give this thing a nice little haircut right above the shoulders.
Advantage.
Yes. Well, I guess we know 14 hits.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1 and a 9.
Hey,
Get all your ones out now, Alex.
right against the neck. Let's get that damage.
That's going to be 6 points of slashing damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Chop, kitty, chop, chop, chop.
He lops off the neck and the head just rolls into the fire.
With that, you just see Edra screaming as the two creatures now lie dead, defeated.
So your friend, you idiot.
And that is where we will end our first session of the Dungeons of Drakkenheim.
Oof.
Everybody live.
Just this once.
Level 1. Scary. Scary again.
Wow.
All right. Very good. All you watching, thanks so much. And we will come back to our actual playthrough next week.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.